or their readiness for this. And so by using the community leaders of that particular community, then we already know that there's an established relationship there. And so what we find ourselves doing is educating those that have already been identified as leaders in their community about these topics, and getting them on board too, and talking to them about their own personal goals for obesity and what they want to do and how we can help change them, so they can actually be a living testimony for those people that they're talking to.
Right.
You know, I've actually lost weight because I've been doing this and I've been doing that, and you know, then get on board. And so those are some of the things that I know that Shire is very, very involved in.
What would you recommend for a child instead of mac and cheese to be healthy? Because I've never met a child who cannot sit down and eat a whole box of mac and cheese. I'm serious.
What would you recommend over mac and
What
cheese?
would you recommend? That's a no-no, right? How about just the plain macaroni without the cheese?
Well, you could do whole wheat,
White
whole
rice.
green. They have these pastas now that is not like white pastas. They have like artichoke pasta flour.
They have
whole
spinach
grain,
pasta too.
spinach
I use
pasta,
spinach
tomato.
pasta myself.
So what? Yeah. So one
You
of the
could
things
use
I do
those.
is a tricolor. I do exactly that for my kids for
Carrots
pasta.
and
I do what's a tricolor pasta, which has spinach. I think it's beet or tomato.
Tomato.
It's tomato.
Tomato.
It looks-
And like a semolina. But there are three types of pastas. And they're whole
And it's
grain
good.
pastas, and they
It's
have
really-
vegetables.
it's
And
very
then you
good.
put the cheese. So the cheese isn't so bad. It's just you want to make sure you're balancing it
Absolutely.
out with other good foods. And then, you know, serve that. If you're going to serve something like that, you really want to serve it with something light, like fish and vegetables, you know. But it's that typical, you know, meatloaf, beef meatloaf, macaroni and cheese, and potatoes. You know, those
Hot
are, you know,
dogs,
or your hot dogs,
sausages.
your
That's a
French
standard
fries.
American diet, as they call the sad diet.
Yeah, the hot dogs and the French fries. You know, those are the
Yes,
things that you have to
yes.
really look at. And you know what? Honestly, you have to look at your child. If your child is not a child who can have those things, then you have to act accordingly.
When do you think your child shouldn't have those things? When they're way overweight?
Well, when
That
they're
we've already done it?
Yeah, when we've talked about obesity, most of the times your doctor will have identified this for you. So what happens with when we talked about BMI? BMI is actually a number that
Body
we look
mass
at with
index.
larger
Okay.
children. But even with our small children, what we look
Absolutely.
at when your children are first born, we have what we call a growth chart. And on that growth chart, we have these areas that a child should fit in between in order for us to call that child normal. Because you have to remember, it's not just large children that we're looking at. We're also looking at children that are too small, failure to thrive, if they're malnutrition. So the pediatrician and the parent will be the first line to find out whether this child has any issues, whether it's, you know, poor weight gain or excessive weight gain. And once we identify that, we're not huge on diets for children.
Diets don't work.
But the whole
For
point
kids, it
is,
doesn't
for
work.
kids, you don't want to deprive them so much as you want to get them moving. You want to get them active. And so choosing better foods and healthier lifestyles is what we're really aiming to do. So we don't really say, you know what, you can't have and you can't have.
Right.
What we say is, let's choose this over this, and let's make sure you're active. And by making sure your parents are active, we should be able to say, you know, in turn, you will then be active because your parents are driving you to, you know, roller skating or, you know, getting a skateboard and going in the park or, you know, walking wherever it is that you need to walk to. It's really just getting them active and really changing their understanding of what it is that they've been doing that's probably gotten them into this place in the
Okay,
first
what
place.
about the slender child? I have a great niece who's an Asian, her dad's Asian, and she's 6 years old and she weighs like 46 pounds, so slender. She could be eating the wrong foods too that could be
Yes,
going on
absolutely.
inside of her system and
Yes.
just doesn't know it.
Right. So you can be that, and that's a great point. You can be unhealthy
Yes.
And looking
and still
healthy
be
but
thin,
unhealthy.
and still be
yeah,
thin.
unhealthy but
And that's malnutrition in some areas. Now, this may not be, I won't say that I would go as far as to call her malnutrition,
no, 'cause
malnourished.
she eats good things,
but
she's just so
definitely
slender.
getting kids to understand that you can also be thin and have, for instance, one of the things I find is I have a lot of thin children with high cholesterol. So that
I
means
know,
that you're
I've heard that
unhealthy.
I've heard that
right.
myself.
Yeah, you're
yes.
unhealthy. So we still have to talk to them about diet and exercise. Even though this is a thin kid, we still have to talk to you about choosing the right foods that are low in, you know, saturated fats.
yeah.
And again, the skim milk over the whole milk, the low-fat yogurt over the whole yogurts, things like that. So yeah,
What
just
about
because you're
low-fat
thin.
ice cream? Can they have ice cream
Low-fat
with
ice
low
cream,
fat?
yes.
Can they have
Low-fat
that?
and
Sorbet if
non-fat.
they wanted
Yeah,
to.
okay.
But you always got to look at the portion size, though. That's the main thing is
Okay.
portion size. And I just wanted to mention too, if any of your viewers have any more information that want to know about Shire, you can go to shireinc.org.
Okay, I think we've got on the website for you
Good,
today
that's great.
too. Yeah. No, but you know, also I hear people who say, "Oh, your baby is so chubby and so healthy looking," and their little faces are like this, you know, and their arms are big. They don't realize they're harming them,
Right,
aren't
yeah,
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things we find is, for instance, there are reasons that, as a physician, we tell a person to do something, and so we have
Because
a
it's good
lot
for
of
them.
but
They're not gonna listen half
sometimes
the time.
medicinal. So, for instance, there are incidences where people will put rice cereal or cereal in the bottle. And we've
Yeah.
never told them to do this. Well, there are situations where a child who has a specific problem called GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux, we will tell those parents, yes, we want you to thicken the formula because this is a child who's having a problem with vomiting milk. So we're trying to weigh the milk down. Well, there's so many people, for some reason, who think it's just a
They could do
common
it, yeah.
practice. So they all want to put
Or
milk.
that it's
And they
They
feel
wanna
that
put
because
the
grandma
cereal
did
in
it, they
the
can
bottle.
do it, you know?
Yeah, so they put the cereal in the bottle. One of the reasons we find we've heard them asking, well, why do you want to do this? Well, they sleep better. Okay, well, this is a child who's supposed to come into the world sleeping through the night. You know, this isn't this. And again, this is one of those things I talk about, convenience. Convenience sometimes for the parents over the health of the child.
Right.
So really talking about some of those issues. But yeah, making sure that you're talking to your doctor, your physician, finding out what your specific problems are, what your child's problems are, and engaging in a conversation. And most of the times your doctor will go ahead and refer you to a nutritionist or refer you to a program to give you some very specific steps to take for your child, and then we'll follow them up. They'll come back, maybe a couple of months from there, 6 months.
It's a
and
matter
see
of
how they're
educating
doing.
because a lot of people, they don't know or they just were used to seeing what their parents or grandparents
Right.
have done. So it's
What
it's
about fruit
education.
juices? That's a question. What about fruit juices?
I
Do you
pref-
buy oranges and squeeze your own juice?
Yes, that's a good way
Better
to
than
do
what's
it.
in the cans?
Absolutely.
Okay, how do we
Much
do
better.
this?
Well, a lot of parents can do it. They can just simply get the orange and squeeze it. They have these little juicers that you can get for $1.99. They're
Really?
little glass, and you can just
You just
Yeah, do
squeeze
the
it.
manual
and
ones.
do a manual, and then you can also get a juicer.
I was going to say, quite frankly, the electric ones, they're like $20. I have
Yeah.
an electric, I make lemonade for my kids. It gets cold, it gets hot, and the first thing they want is lemonade. And so we have a juicer. Making juice all the time.
And make it
Getting
fun.
Yes.
Make it
do
fun.
it with them. Do it with them.
I've had so much fun, but we've got to
Smoothies.
end this.
Oh, yeah.
Our time has gone. I want
Thank
to
you
thank
so
you,
much.
Oh, thank you
Doctor,
for having
being
us.
here.
Thank you.
And
Pleasure
thank
meeting you.
Ms.
Thank you so
Anderson, for
much.
being here.
Yes, thank you.
And I want to thank all my viewers for watching. And please, you don't have to go out and do what we just talked about, okay? But listen, learn. Till next time. Bye-bye.